Welcome back. Let's finish science for this week. We're on page 4B. First, before we begin, let's read the blue box on page 9. So get your science book out. You should always have your science book, your pages that you're working on, and a pencil whenever you come to watch a video. So, the blue box says, look at a weather report for your local newspaper or internet site. So you did that yesterday. Most likely you will find information on the temperature and precipitation, that means rain or snow or whatever, that your town received yesterday, as well as a prediction, that means a guess, sort of an idea, for the weather conditions for today and several days in the future. What other information does your weather report give? Sometimes it'll have the wind speed or how humid the air is going to be. That means how muggy and wet the air feels. We don't get much humidity around here. Going back to the book. Local weather can be affected by many factors and making it difficult to accurately predict. In Fresno, it's not difficult because the summer is the same all summer long. Hot, no rain. But where my husband's from, which is in Michigan, right up here on the map near the Great Lakes, we were there one time. It rained and thundered and lightning for half an hour, and then it kind of cleared up and it got warm and sunny and we went swimming. And then about an hour later, it rained again, and then it cleared up, and we went swimming again, although you have to be careful you don't go swimming during a lightning storm. That's dangerous. So my mother-in-law used to say, if you don't like the weather in Michigan, just wait an hour. It'll be different. But here, it's hot all day, never rains. Tomorrow, it's going to be hot all day, never rains. So we have different kinds of weather in different places. Let's read in the book about maybe why that might be. It says right here, do you live near the ocean or a large lake? What city is near the ocean that we had on our list? San Francisco is near the ocean. We're not near the ocean. But when you go to the coast, what's the weather like? If it's hot here, is it as hot over there at the coast? It's not, is it? Michigan is near a large lake, so that creates weather for them. Different kind of weather than ours, but that's where a lot of their weather comes from. It's from those big lakes. Do you live near the mountains? Have you ever been to the mountains in California? In the summer, when it's really hot down here, it's nice up there. It's not hot at all. And in the wintertime, what happens up there? When it rains down here, what does it do up there? It snows because it's colder up there. So being near the mountains or in the mountains affects the weather. The amount of humidity and the wind will affect how you feel when you're outside. So if it's kind of hot, but it's a good wind blowing, you don't feel so hot. Humidity, when the air is just really sticky and feels thick, it makes it feel hotter than it is. So those are some things to think about when we answer the questions here on page 4B. How does the weather, on the page now, how does the weather in Fresno compare to the weather in other cities across the country? So you looked those up and you wrote those down on here. So how does it compare? How is it the same? How is it different? I know it's really, really hot in Phoenix, but also in July, they get a lot of rain, really heavy rain and thunder and lightning. We don't get that here. So it's different. Wonder what you found when you looked up the weather, comparing the different cities. Number 2. Why do you think the weather is so different from one city to another? We just read about some ideas in the blue box. Maybe you could pick a couple of cities and try to guess why their weather would be like it is. A couple of the cities on your chart. Number 3, it says, based on your reading in chapter 1, answer the following questions. Is there a Christian view of weather? Well, they told us there was. So what is it? Number 4, why is it important to have a Christian view of weather? Who cares? What's the big deal? Tell me why it's important. Because it is. It is. I promise you, it is. Very important. Tell me why. Number 5, what 3 events described in the Bible have greatly affected the weather on Earth? Talked about that in the last video when we read the chapter. If you don't remember, go back and read the chapter. It's pretty short, and you'll find them. Or go back and watch the video. I was doing this at one point. 3. Find those 3 and answer the questions on that page. Let's look on the map and see where some of these cities are that we have on our chart we did last time, so you can have an idea of what's going on with these cities. So, San Francisco, over here on the coast. Here's us down here in the valley, but there's mountains between us and the water. Here's Arizona, Phoenix. Here's Texas. What places was it in Texas? Oh, sorry, Denver first. Here's Denver up here, way up in the Rocky Mountains. I'm going to put this phone down and just point. Here's Houston. Where is it? Right there. Oh, near the water again. Right there. Houston. Near the Gulf of Mexico. St. Louis, Missouri, up here, in the middle of the country. But right on the Mississippi River, so maybe that affects things a little bit. Here's Chicago up here on the Great Lakes, kind of like where you can't see that, can you? No, you can't. So Chicago's up here, near where my husband's family lives, over here in Michigan, in Detroit. Here's Miami, Florida, way down at the tip of Florida. Tilt the camera again, way down here. A lot of the storms that come into Miami, the hurricanes come in from the ocean, and they either go in this way or they go up the coast. So they come off the ocean. But the ocean is different there than it is in California. We don't get hurricanes from our Pacific Ocean. Atlanta, Georgia. Where is Atlanta? There it is. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Tilt the camera up again. Philadelphia is way up here. And Washington, D.C., right here. So I wonder if those two are similar, because they're pretty close. They're both on the Atlantic Ocean side. So we'll see what you find and what you think is the cause of some of these different weather patterns.